Today, July 5th, Archangel Michael says, I order you open this now. Michael has been trying to reach you. A secret courier is coming your house. Open it immediately. Archangel Michael is standing at the edge of your door, not in flesh, but in spirit, not with noise, but with a silence that trembles the air around your name. His wings are not flapping, but they are heavy, soaked with the prayers he has carried for you across realms you cannot yet see. He whispers not with sound, but with presence. And his presence has been hovering around your home since last night. You may not have felt it, but your heart did, that moment you felt restless at midnight, that sudden warmth on your right shoulder, that invisible pull toward your window. That was him. Michael. Sent by God himself. And now he says, open this. Don't wait. Don't guess. Just receive. You have been prayed for. You have been watched over. Someone on the other side, someone you once wept for, asked heaven to protect you from a secret that could have delayed your destiny. And so Michael descended, not as a warrior of destruction, but as a guardian of good news. A sacred courier is en route to your life. Not just with a letter, but with a moment. A divine turning point. A sealed confirmation of everything you've waited for in silent faith. This is not just paper. This is not just timing. This is prophecy. And it has your name inked into it. You are not late. You are not forgotten. You are exactly where God needs you to be, even if it doesn't feel like it. The slow mornings, the unanswered calls, the sudden dreams, the heavy air in your room, all were signs that something greater was being aligned. And today, July 5th, the veil begins to lift. Archangel Michael has been instructed to stir your atmosphere. And he will not stop. Because the courier is close. The one carrying news not for your ears, but for your future. Michael tried to reach you 3 times in the last 48 hours, through a song that made you cry for no reason, through a number that appeared again and again, through the stillness that came over you while staring into nothing. He's not here to shake you with fear. He's here to calm you with truth. Someone is carrying something important for you. It will not come by tracking code. It will not come by phone. It will come in silence, when you least expect, through a person you never thought would carry such light. Their hand holds more than a letter. It holds clarity, redemption, and closure. You were not supposed to miss this message. That is why you're reading it right now. Divine alignment doesn't work by chance, it moves by grace. The courier isn't lost. They're closer than you think. And Archangel Michael, your guardian since birth, has been pacing near the gates of your destiny, ensuring nothing intercepts what God is trying to get to you. This message is not a coincidence. It's an appointment. A holy one. And you, beloved, are the reason it's being delivered at this exact moment. There are no accidents in the kingdom of heaven. And when God moves, He moves with precision. You may have thought that your life had been forgotten in a queue of unanswered prayers, but today proves otherwise. Because somewhere between last night's silence and this morning's breath, your name was written again by a divine hand, and Michael, heaven's appointed messenger, was instructed to come stand by you. Not to fight a battle this time, but to deliver a message. A miracle. A moment. One that has waited patiently for your soul to be ready. You were not always strong. You weren't always hopeful. There were nights you cried out without a voice, days where your faith slipped beneath the waves. But heaven never forgot. Angels don't judge, they watch. They carry. They whisper your name in the places you can't reach yet. And Michael, your defender, your guide, your unshakable intercessor, has kept watch long before today. That moment you could have given up, but didn't? That was Michael. That sudden peace that stopped your tears without explanation. That was Michael too. And now he says, they're coming. Not just any courier, but one chosen. One assigned by heaven's own design. They may look like a stranger. They may look like a friend. They may come empty-handed, or they may bring a token, a message, a gesture, even a word. But don't be fooled by appearance. For what they carry is divine. What they carry is the answer to a question you thought God had forgotten. Something that will break open the closed doors you've knocked on for years. Something that will finally explain why your path had to twist the way it did. Why you had to lose certain people. Why delays became divine redirections. And Michael wants you to know, this delivery isn't delayed. It isn't lost. It was preserved. God did not want this message tampered with. That's why He hid it from certain people. That's why it didn't come earlier, because the wrong hands would have ruined it, manipulated it, or misread it. But now you're ready. Now you've grown. Now your heart is positioned correctly. And heaven sees it. The way you've changed. The way you've silently matured. You no longer react, you respond. You no longer beg, you believe. And because of that shift, the courier has been released. They are not far. They are closer than you think. And Archangel Michael has already cleared their path. When they arrive, you'll feel it, not in your eyes, but in your chest. You may not know what to say. You may feel the urge to cry. You may tremble, not from fear but from release. That's when you'll know this moment is divine. And Michael will be there, standing behind it, unseen but fully present, holding the atmosphere still so that nothing disrupts this sacred exchange. And when it happens, you'll finally realize, God never forgot you. He was just preparing you. This is why the delay happened. This is why things were quiet for so long. Because this kind of message could not be given to you while your heart was heavy with confusion. Heaven had to wait until your spirit softened, until you stopped chasing answers from the wrong voices. And now that you've quieted the noise, now that you're open, Michael steps forward and says, "Open this moment. Open your spirit. Because what is coming is unlike anything you've ever experienced before." Before you were born, your life was written on scrolls of divine light, each chapter inked by hands not of this world. Your cries, your victories, your heartbreaks, and your awakenings were never invisible to heaven. They were recorded, preserved, studied by angels. And now, at this very hour, one of those chapters is unfolding. A chapter that carries the weight of destiny, the beauty of long-awaited joy, and the scent of something you thought had died inside you, but it only went quiet for a while. Because God wasn't denying it. He was protecting it. Michael knows this moment is sensitive. That's why he's been circling your name for 2 days in the spirit realm. Not because you did anything wrong, but because you needed to pause long enough to hear the truth. A courier was assigned, not from a company, not from a country, but from the courts of heaven. And that courier carries something wrapped in grace and sealed in glory. What they bring is not a gift for your hands, but a word for your heart. This is not just about something physical arriving at your door. It's not only about someone knocking and saying, "Here." It's about what that moment unlocks in you. Because when this divine delivery arrives, part of your soul will remember something it forgot, the feeling of being seen. The feeling of being chosen. The feeling of being called by heaven itself, not because you earned it, but because you are it. You see, the person who's coming might be someone you already know, or someone who's been guided by unseen forces to find you. They may carry no explanation. They might look ordinary. But they are not. Because their assignment is not about their name, it's about yours. And what they carry is the confirmation that heaven has not just observed you, but appointed something through you. That's why the enemy tried to distract you. That's why certain people tried to pull your spirit into small battles. They knew this moment was near. They wanted to delay your focus. But Michael intervened. He stepped in front of every distraction. He blocked access to your energy from those who only came to drain. He rerouted your soul toward clarity. That feeling you had yesterday? That sudden awareness to step back, to go quiet, to seek peace instead of answers, that was him. Michael wasn't pushing you away from people, he was pulling you toward this moment. And now that you've arrived in it, listen carefully. The courier carries more than just a word. They carry release. The kind of release that doesn't need applause. The kind that feels like exhale. That feels like truth. That opens up something in your life so long delayed, it nearly became a memory. But God says today, I am restoring what you forgot how to ask for. And Michael nods, standing in agreement, watching the time, knowing you only have a few more heartbeats before the door opens. You must be ready, not with a script, not with control, but with surrender. With stillness. Because this is not the kind of message you read, it's the kind you feel. And when it comes, you'll recognize it. The air around you will shift. Your heartbeat will slow. Tears may rise for no reason. But your spirit will whisper, this is. It's not about the courier, it's about the timing. And the time is now. You are not late. You are not forgotten. You are not left behind. You are exactly where heaven needs you to be. And Michael? He's already seen what's about to happen. That's why he's been waiting with urgency. That's why this message couldn't wait. Because your miracle is not coming in months or weeks, it's arriving tonight. And all that's required from you is to receive it. So open your door. Open your heart. Open your soul. Because what's coming carries more than words. It carries the proof that God never gave up on you, even when you gave up on yourself. The angel is closer than ever. Not the kind with wings that only lives in stories, but the kind that walks unseen beside you, carrying God's sealed intention for your life. This angel has walked through realms of silence, carrying the message in trembling hands because what it holds inside is not small. It's sacred. The kind of sacred that transforms a tired soul into a rested one. The kind of sacred that takes a person who has felt forgotten for years, and reminds them that heaven never moved away. Archangel Michael isn't merely alerting you for attention. He is weeping in the spirit realm because this delivery has reached the exact coordinates of your season. The angel is on your doorstep, spiritually speaking. And what they bring is not an object. It's not wrapped in gold or paper. It is truth wrapped in timing. And inside that timing is a message that will untie knots in your heart that have existed since the day you were first disappointed by love, by people, by life. But tonight, even if no one knocks physically, your spirit will know. There will be a shift. A silence. A strange calm that tells you, the message has arrived. Michael wants you to understand that what you're about to receive has nothing to do with luck. It has everything to do with divine alignment. The message has been trying to reach you for years, but every time it got close, life pulled you away. Pain pulled you away. Distraction delayed your ability to receive. But not tonight. Because tonight, heaven cleared a pathway. Every voice that used to distract you has gone quiet. The confusion that used to cloud your insight has lifted. The wounds that once made you hesitant are now healing in secret. And now, the time is finally here. You are not reading this by mistake. You are being ushered into position by something far higher than human logic. And the proof will be in how your spirit responds. Because there's a person watching you, drawn by something they can't explain. They don't know why they're thinking about you again. They don't understand why your name came in their dream last night. But you do. You know. Because heaven is nudging them toward the truth. And that truth includes you. The courier represents more than a delivery. It represents a shift in reality. A crossing from waiting into receiving. A movement from silence into understanding. And the moment you receive this message in your spirit, you will begin to sense the alignment. Things will fall into place without your control. Conversations will happen that you didn't chase. People will be removed gently from your atmosphere. And a very specific person will appear, holding something in their hands, maybe physically, maybe symbolically, but what they carry is confirmation that God heard every silent hope you never said aloud. Michael is standing near this person now, whispering into their spirit, awakening them to the urgency of this moment. And soon, they will arrive, not with noise, not with fanfare, but with divine purpose. Their presence will not be ordinary. They are part of your story. And what they carry is your release. So prepare yourself. Not through panic. Not through striving. But through peace. Because peace is proof that your spirit has recognized heaven's timing. Peace is the sign that you are no longer chasing, but finally ready to receive. And when it happens, when your heart recognizes that this was all leading here, when you feel that surge of emotion rise like a wave inside you, when tears meet peace, you will know. There's a whisper moving through the unseen realm, gentle but heavy, echoing through the hours you thought were ordinary. Archangel Michael speaks not in thunder, but in the soft unraveling of things that once seemed too tightly bound. His voice does not demand, it invites. And today, his invitation has reached you again, not by coincidence, but because your soul is ready to receive what your mind couldn't comprehend before. The secret courier is no longer far. He has passed through prayers you forgot you prayed, walked silently through your childhood memories, stepped into the shadows of your waiting, and now, he's almost at your door. What he brings is not wrapped in human hands but carried by divine command. It's your moment. A message with your name written in light. A scroll sealed with emotion. A truth too tender to be rushed, too powerful to be ignored. Michael says, "You, beloved, have waited long enough. The time of almosts is over. The era of maybes has expired. This is the moment where what is yours can no longer be denied access to your life." Do you remember the dreams you stopped believing in? The promises you buried beneath responsibility and survival? The parts of you that felt too forgotten to be fulfilled? Heaven has remembered. And that memory has now taken form. That's why there's a stirring in your heart that you can't explain. That's why time feels like it's folding over itself. Because God has decided that no more delay will live in your destiny. The courier carries proof of this. There will be a sign soon, something simple yet divine. A voice message, a knock, a person you haven't heard from in years, or maybe just a name that shows up in a way that stuns your soul. That's not random. That's heaven's signal. That's the vibration of the message breaking through. And what's inside that message? It's more than you expected. It's the explanation for every moment you were misunderstood. It's the vision behind every closed door you stood before in tears. It's the healing from the one who hurt you the most. And it's the reunion of you and a version of yourself that has been waiting in the wings to emerge again. Michael weeps not because he is weak, but because he carries the emotions of heaven for you. He knows what was taken from you. He knows what you sacrificed. He knows who left when you needed them to stay. And now, with your name spoken across heavenly gates, the restoration has begun. Someone has been thinking about you. Not just in passing. Deeply. Urgently. Their heart has been awakened by something greater than them. And they are about to appear, not just as a person, but as part of the prophecy. What they bring is not only affection but recognition. They see you in a way you've always hoped someone would. And they're coming not to distract, but to align. So, what do you do now? You don't chase. You don't panic. You prepare. Clean your atmosphere. Clean your energy. Open your hands. Let go of the voices that told you this moment would never come. Because it's here. The courier is near. And you are not late. You are right on time. Breathe in. Feel that stillness? That's Michael standing beside you. Breathe out. Feel that release? That's the past losing its grip on you. Archangel Michael has not left your side since the moment you read these words. He has been circling your name in the light, whispering it into every layer of the heavens, watching and waiting for your spirit to finally pause and receive what is being delivered. This is no longer about a message. This is a divine meeting. And the secret courier, yes, he is still coming. Only now, he is even closer than before. You may not see him with your physical eyes, but your spirit is already preparing. A gentle shiver. A quiet moment of reflection. A sudden emotion that floods your heart. These are not accidents. These are signs. Tonight, something extraordinary will happen. Before the clock rests, before you lay your head in quietness, something will shift around you. Michael says, the angels are rearranging the energies in your space so that nothing and no one will be able to block what is yours. There is movement in the unseen. What seemed lost is now being lifted back into your life. But it's returning different, healed, whole, and divinely sealed. The courier brings a name. And this name, when you hear it, will do something strange in your soul. It will feel like you've known it before, maybe from a dream, maybe from a deep place in your memory. Because this name is tied to your alignment. This person was divinely allowed to return, or arrive, or awaken in your direction. The name may come from a friend, a stranger, or even through technology. But when you hear it, you'll know. Your spirit will recognize it before your logic tries to explain it away. The angels are speaking. Tell them not to be afraid of this gift. Tell them not to sabotage it. Tell them they are finally ready. You are not too old. You are not too late. You are not too broken. You are not too far gone. That's what the enemy tried to whisper for years. That's what disappointments tried to convince you of. But Archangel Michael has ripped those lies from the timeline. And now, only truth remains. You are in the timeline of divine reversal.